What's going on, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear, and today I'm sitting here with my NK headless, and I just wanted to make a quick little video on how to fix a problem I recently stumbled upon. Now, I'm not sure if this is with all NKs. I have a 2018 model with the older style bridge. I'm not sure how the new style bridges are. I haven't played one, so I'm not sure if this problem even exists, but I have heard about this problem with the older models from other people. So if you do have an older model, this is a quick tip on how to fix it. I usually had this guitar in E standard or drop D, and I wanted to put it in drop C. Now, obviously, if you're going anything below drop B or whatever, just get a 7-string version. It makes more sense. But as you know, with putting thicker strings on and dropping the tuning, you have to adjust your intonation, and you most likely have to pull your saddle back. Well, that's what happens when you try to adjust your intonation. I ran out of room, and my guitar was still, that string was still a little bit sharp. So, you know, after playing it like that for a while, it was driving me nuts just because it sounded like it was out of tune all the time. It was close, but just wasn't perfect. And it was literally driving me crazy. So I sat on it for a while, tried to figure out what I could do. And what I came up with was an easy fix to a problem that can probably drive someone crazy. Now, you don't have to do this with every string. The top 3 strings, when I went down to drop C, were pretty close. The top one was all the way maxed out and still not intonated. But the bottom, the second and third string, the G and C string, were pretty close to being maxed out. So you probably only have to do the top 3 because the rest of the strings were in the middle of their adjustment. So what I did is I took an Allen and cracked open the screw, pulling the tuner off, and you could see the base plate underneath. Now that base plate, the hole for the adjustment Allen key screw is in the front of the base plate. So what I did is just took that base plate and flipped it around so the hole's in the back. Now, you only have to do this if you plan on going in lower tunings. Because like I said, with lower tuning and thicker strings, you usually have to pull your saddle back. So if you're not really planning on doing that, you shouldn't even have to do this. But by doing it, what it does is completely opens up a whole bunch of adjustment for being able to intonate your guitar in a lower tuning. And this was just with drop C. So, you know, if you wanted to go with anything lower than that, you couldn't, like, because even in drop C, it was all the way maxed out, and it was driving me crazy, honestly. So flipping that plate around completely opens up a whole bunch of adjustment for you, as you'll see here in a second. And yeah, you can put it back together and pretty much put it in whatever tuning you want with, you know, whatever string gauge you want, and you should have no issues. Now, once again, like I said, I have not played a newer NK headless, so I don't know if this problem exists with the newer style bridge. But if it does, you can probably do the same thing, and it will probably fix it the same way. Now, didn't have to touch the bottom 3 strings, like I said, just because they were still in their middle range of adjustment, and they were perfectly intonated. So even in drop C, you know, those were fine. No problem at all. So you could probably either just get away with doing the top 2 or even the top 3 tuners, and it will completely fix your problem. Now, you will run out of forward adjustment, but like I said, with the lower tunings, you usually have to pull the saddle back anyway, so you shouldn't really even have to go forward. But I just wanted to make this quick little video. It helped me be able to intonate my guitar properly finally, and hopefully it helps you. Now, like I said, if you have a new NK, you probably don't have this problem, but if you do, it's probably the same setup, so you can, you know, always just crack the screw and take the tuner off and see what your base plate looks like. And if you do have that problem, just flip it around. Quick little video. Want to help you guys out if you have this issue. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.